Hello. Welcome everybody to episode 10, the Assassin's Creed episode. We got Hellfire, aka Stormbringer. We got Retro Showstopper. How is everybody doing? Yorkshire Gamer 96. We got Jeff is Lone Wolf. Rodimus is here. We got the Waffle Messiah. We got John Blitz. We got Wonderscores back in the house, everybody. Glad to have you all here. Now, for me, everybody, real quick, as you see, I am in a hood. However, it is very, very toasty on my ends, guys. I will be taking this off. Tabitha subbed for 2 months. Welcome and thank you. Thank you.
Tabitha.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me for a second. Horns up. Make sure you do your horns up. They already threw it up there for the horns up. So bear with me. I'm taking this off. It is toasty. I wanted y'all to see that I did have a hood, but it is toasty, everybody. On my ends, anyway. Hellfire's in a nice bit of AC, so I'm a bit toasty. Assassin's Creed, exactly. We have a great list of stuff for you guys, as much as it's a little hot to wear it as well. However, just so y'all can see that I do have it. Bye, y'all. Yes, I'm a big kid and I got my toys, ladies and gentlemen. So, yep, got the Assassin's Creed going right there, ladies and gentlemen. Your face. Exactly, my face. If you play the game, ladies and gentlemen, you'll recognize the face. So yeah, the hair and all is done nice. As you see, I'm not even wearing a hat, ladies and gentlemen. So I did myself up because I knew it was going to be a little toasty for me to wear the hood. But Mr. Hellfire over here is repping for the Assassin's Creed Shadow Company. You can talk. You don't have to be all silent. You trying to be an assassin?
No. Yeah, I'm trying to be an assassin. I'm trying to be silent and deadly.
Silent but deadly. So anyway, yeah. So at least having the makeup on, I can take the hood off and I'm still kind of in there. As y'all can see, I actually trimmed up the facial hair.
Kind of grew a beard. He kind of grew a beard.
Put this way, in two more days, if I let this go, I'm gonna have a bigger, thicker beard than you'll have.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and run 2 more days. Let's see what it looks like on Friday.
No, because my face is gonna be broken out and it's gonna be irritating. I'm gonna be scratching the fuck. I'm gonna have red blisters all over my face. No. So this is the best that I can do for you guys. This was the best that I can do. So I was trying to get in the spirit of being a Viking. So if I had let it out and I had the nice beard coming out to here with these little claws right there, it would be a nice Viking beard. Get that little braid going down here.
See, Tabitha wants to see bearded Retro.
No hat of Retro today. No retro hat. No retro hat, ladies and gentlemen. No retro hat. Check that out. I want to see bearded Retro. Critical hit. Hello, Nishan. I am Nishan. Hell is here. So, anyway, let me get the notes pulled up, everybody, so we can actually give you guys a nice show.
Plays comes in. I'm late. Yeah, you're right on time. We're just getting through introduction.
Yep, we're just doing the standard talking and stuff. For most of you who don't know, we've been up pretty much almost all the night. What time did we go to bed? What was it, around 2, 3 o'clock last night? 1, 2, 3 o'clock?
4.
4? It was 4?
4:30.
Oh, crap. So I didn't know
I streamed for 4 hours, and I started the stream right at midnight. You do the math.
Look at that. See, he even talking about is Sigurd. See, so he knows the deal. He knows the deal. So, but you kind of remind me of Ra's al Ghul, Retro. Believe it or not, Hellfire, that's not the first time I've gotten that, ladies and gentlemen. Tabitha. I've gotten that quite a lot. Back when I was an officer, and I would do the goatee, and I would be in my polo shirt instead of my full uniform. I'd be in my tactical pants, my polo shirt. And people would call me Ra's al Ghul. Some people would call me Raish. Some people would call me the Dragon. So I actually got it. I may have to do that cosplay.
Yeah, I can see that cosplay with you.
The question is, do I want to go with the Batman the Animated Series Ra's al Ghul? Do I want to go with the Arrowverse Ra's al Ghul? That's the question. He has been the Joker one. Yeah, I've been the Joker. Wonderscores. You missed my Halloween stream. Go back and look at it at my other page, my personal page, and catch my Halloween stream. You will see me as the Joker.
And just Lone Wolf says animated hand down.
Animated hands down. Do the animated series. Okay, so it's animated. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I will do another cosplay stream where I will be Ra's al Ghul. I'll fully go out. I'll have the blades. I'll have the robes, the whole 9 yards. I will do an animated series Ra's al Ghul from the neck up, and I think probably do a mesh up of the animated series and Arrowverse. Do the Arrowverse close with the animated series face. I think that would.
I don't know if I'd do the TV series clothes because most of the time in the series, wasn't he just wearing like a suit?
No, you're thinking of Vandal Savage.
Maybe.
So, okay, Vandal Savage was on DC Universe. He's the guy that had the trench coat and the dress clothes, and Ra's al Ghul always had this big hooded robe that had all these intricate Asian designs down it, and he had some kind of like assassin's clothes on underneath of it with the swords. So I will do a mashup of the animated series and the Arrowverse Ra's al Ghul. Combine the two of them. So Hellfire, you're gonna have to come up with some kind of cosplay to do.
I mean, cosplay's never been my thing.
Well, we can come up with something. Shoot, Hellfire, I'm
gonna finish my mask and then we'll go do the.
There we go. I can help you make a mask.
My Watch Dogs wrench cosplay.
I will help you make a mask. I can 3D print you some pieces.
Most of what I need is really expensive parts. I've got the basics down.
Right. Let's see, Hellfire, you need your own hidden blade. Trust me, Hellfire will have his own hidden blades eventually.
Hellfire has a secret hidden blade that I can't pull out on screen because it's a real blade.
Yeah, I can't bring mine out either. That's the reason why. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I actually have an actual blacksmith-made Assassin's Creed hidden blade that you actually wear, and it's a real blade, okay? But due to Twitch, we cannot bring that out.
Yep.
We're not allowed to show weapons on the camera. The toy is different. Showing the toys are one thing. This is merchandise. It's a toy. You know, they know it's a toy. It's got the runestones on it. But yeah. Dang it, now I can't close it. There we go. But yeah, per Twitch's terms of service, we're not allowed to show weapons, ladies and gentlemen. We're not allowed to show weapons. Zombie proof. Oh no, me and Hellfire we're pretty much zombie proof between all my swords and blades and what Hellfire's got and MREs and things like that. Oh yeah, if there were ever possibly a zombie apocalypse, we'd be set.
Oh yeah.
So, but this is Assassin's Creed, okay? This is all about Assassin's Creed, not zombies. I don't remember there being zombies in Assassin's Creed, if at all.
Yeah, I don't remember there being one. It might have been like some random thing, but I don't think there was. Not yet, anyway.
Right. So, pretty much, we're going to start with an introduction. I guess do you want to read the first or second paragraph?
I will let you open up since you were around for this more than I was.
Okay, and then you're going to go to the 2 decades one?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so give me a second here, ladies and gentlemen, so I can read these notes to you. Because we got a lot of information for you. Anyway, in the early 2000s, ladies and gentlemen, the idea of a Prince of Persia sequel. For those who don't know, Jake Gyllenhaal was in the movie. Prince of Persia has been around since the 80s, and it's been remade into the 90s and up into the 2000s. Well, in the early 2000s, the Ubisoft wanted to make a Prince of Persia sequel. It was pretty much being formulated with the the popularity of parkour around that time, developers from Ubisoft Montreal eventually came up with what would have been called Prince of Persia: Assassins, and would be based on the Hassassin sect, and would borrow greatly from a novel called Alamut. Because they weren't happy with the game's leading character being a prince, the marketing team ended up suggesting the name Assassin's Creed. The game ended up releasing in 2007. So just remember, pretty much Assassin's Creed, ladies and gentlemen, is originally based on the Hassassin, Hassan sect. It was originally supposed to be a Prince of Persia sequel. Hellfire?
Yep. Let's see. Almost 2 decades and many console iterations later, the game's popular franchise is still going and thriving. Today, the official release of their Viking story, Valhalla, myself and Retro stayed up late last night playing the PlayStation 4 version of the game. And then you says you had something to show.
Oh no! So that I took that out.
Okay.
Yeah. So real quick, ladies and gentlemen, since this is for Valhalla. So I had to play the clip. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that makes sense. Oh, okay. I played that on PS2. So anyway, Hellfire. With playing the game last night when you were streaming it, I wasn't streaming it, ladies and gentlemen. However, I was with Hellfire in his stream while he was streaming it, and I was playing it alongside of him. And as per normal, those who were in his stream got to see us do our typical banter back and forth. What was your initial opinions of the initial start of the game?
The initial start of the game, like a lot of the newer Assassin's Creed, starts very slow. You have your initial setting up dramatic beginnings for the character, yada yada yada. I feel like, and I jumped on it. I ended the stream at 4-hour mark last night, and then I went to bed, and then I got up and I've been playing it some more today off stream. And so far, I feel like I'm just now getting to the meat of the story.
Right.
So I really feel like there is a lot. The story is going to be long. Just from what's happened so far, I got a feeling this is probably going to be one of the longer Assassin's Creed games. There's been some shorter ones and some longer ones throughout this franchise, but I feel like this is probably going to be one of the longer ones, if not the longest story that they have told so far. So I am excited. I'm huge in the Norse mythology and all that, so I am excited to see exactly what they do with this. There's a lot to unpack in Norse mythology in this time frame of history. So I'm very curious to see what they do with it.
Yeah, see, for me, watching where I was and knowing that I was a little bit ahead of you, granted, yeah, you're ahead of me right now, but I was ahead of Hellfire, everybody. But I spent most of the day working on show notes and things like that, so I kind of got behind.
Longer storylines are better, in my opinion. Yeah, Tabitha, I agree with that.
Same here. The thing that I loved from last night, not only did I like the music is phenomenal. Okay, we're talking Skyrim-style Norse Viking music. I mean, it fits. The music is beautiful, okay? But aside from the graphics being phenomenal graphics, the other thing that I love is like Hellfire. Hellfire, during his stream, he kept trying to predict what was going to happen because he was doing the typical, this is what happens in every Assassin's Creed. This is what happens in every Ubisoft Assassin's Creed. In Assassin's Creed, they always do this, okay? So,
my predictions have not been far off.
To some degrees, they have. To some degrees, because last night he's like, let me guess. Sigurd and these two guys are Templars, and he was completely wrong. So, I love the fact that there's a lot of surprising plot twists that you don't expect. There are some typical, typical storyline plots and mechanisms that you would expect in Assassin's Creed. They're typical. This is gonna happen, and it will. The thing that I like is when those things happen, they don't happen when you expect them to happen. They will happen, just not in the original order. And then there's a lot of plot twists that you think you can predict it, and it's not like that. Like you thought that those two guys were Templars with Sigrid, and they weren't. That was a nice little twist on you.
But when I found out who was the Templar, everything made sense.
Oh no, I agree.
Because I don't think you were to the point where you found out who was the Templar.
Well, I already know the one dude that killed Avar's father. This is stuff that's not spoiler that I'm telling you guys. I'm making sure I don't tell you no spoilers. No spoilers for people out there. This is not a spoiler show. But the guy that killed Avar's father,
Yep.
I predicted him as being what he was. I kind of called that. I'm trying to not give the one-eyed guy that I don't want to mention who that is in the dream sequences.
Yep.
Okay. I don't think that is who the name that they give on the title. I don't think that's him.
Well, it's not in the dream sequences. It's not that. This was that stuff that was in the trailers. Everybody knew who that was. You don't think it's Odin? Why do you not think it's Odin?
I don't know. There's just something about the way that he acts. He doesn't come off as Odin.
I think that just might be your interpretation of Odin not matching their interpretation. Of Odin.
It could be. It could be. See, I was thinking that he'd end up being like Avar, the future version of Avar.
Yeah, I don't see that because that's not really how Norse mythology works, and they're going with Norse mythology.
I know.
And I think part of I'm not entirely sure what your interpretation of Odin is. But in Norse mythology, the gods aren't like in a lot of Western religions now, where gods are above and on a separate plane.
Oh no! See, I'm not talking about that. For me, as far as Odin, I don't know. I see Odin like he's too silent and brooding to be the Odin that I'm talking about. He does look like what Odin would be, in my opinion. However, he's very silent, where I always imagine Odin to be, a calm person, but very vocal.
Yeah, I don't picture him being very vocal. I feel like he's the typical wise man, where he speaks when he has something to say, but he doesn't I picture Thor being the very talkative one.
No, see, Thor is he's not like Thor is. He's outspoken and visual. Like I feel that Odin is reserved in mannerisms, but he's vocal. He speaks. Okay, Thor is outgoing and outspoken. Thor is more of a "I am Thor," hear me.
Here's the question though: Have you read the writings of Odin? Have you read his what he wrote?
Teachings?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know that he tells people not to speak everything that comes to your mind and just to say what's important. So the fact that he's reserved and he's not saying anything yet, and he's waiting for the right time to say something, makes sense.
And see, okay, now that you say that does make sense there. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that till you actually said something. Okay. But you can see where I was going with this.
Oh yeah.
Where Thor is a little bit more boisterous over Thor or over Odin, and that's the reason why. Like I don't know. I just thought Odin would be a little bit more verbal.
Yeah. And I think when the time is right, when he has something that
will be
important to say, he will be. But until that time, he's keeping his mouth.
But still, I'm loving the game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm loving the game. Everything that
Yeah.
I've gotten so far is phenomenal. The hidden Easter eggs in the game, there's a lot of Easter eggs, which we'll actually get to one of the Easter eggs a little bit in just a few minutes here. But there are some major Easter eggs in this game. Okay, there's actually I don't know if you've come across it yet or if you will come across it, but there is and this ain't a spoiler because I'm not telling you where, but there's a Watchdog Easter egg in there.
That doesn't surprise me. Watch Dogs came out. Watch Dogs just came out. They're not going to pass up an opportunity.
Exactly,
to
advertisement.
drop an Easter egg.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be an Assassin's Creed Easter egg in Watch Dogs.
Well, there was an Assassin's Creed. I think it was Origins Easter egg in Watch Dogs 2.
Yes.
So
And
that doesn't surprise me.
There
at
was an
all.
Assassin's Creed 3 one in Watch Dogs 1.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either.
So, but anyway, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, it is, as always, weird news.
Weird news.
Weird news. And boy, do we have one. Do you want to call it or do you want me to go?
You found it, so I will let you take this, even though this is fucking hilarious.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we definitely have some, especially with Assassin's Creed themed weird news. So anyway, let me pull the notes up real quick. So in May of 2019, and this was pretty much after the announcement of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so this is in line with what we have to present to you, ladies and gentlemen. In May of 2019, Paris police arrested a man for wearing two 12-inch hidden blades based off the video game. Paris police held down, let me actually pull the first picture up right there. Paris police held down 27-year-old Thomas G. near Saint Lazare. What did I do?
I don't know. What did you do?
I messed up the note somewhere. Yeah, they held him down to remove his self-made hidden blades, ladies and gentlemen. They held him down to remove his self-hidden blades from his wrists. The suspect claimed he was a cosplay fan and that he was headed to a location where he and a few friends were filming a fan film movie based on the Assassin's Creed game.
Yep.
Thanks to the release of the yet to be released Valhalla at the time, from the images you will see. Let me actually flip the other images. If he was hardcore, he would have removed a finger for the original game. Right. So as you can see with the images, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can see that close up, but from the images you will see that the blades are not actual blades. But instead, two sliding mechanisms for desk drawers or keyboard drawers. If you've ever put together your own computer desk, if you remember the two sliding mechanisms on those drawers or keyboards, if you look at those blades, that's what he's got, are two sliding keyboard mechanisms that he's got to make his blades with.
Yep.
That said, there was no ejection button for it. He had to actually sling them out. You can tell that they were made to look like real, but they could not puncture. They were not sharp. Further investigation of the story finds that the young man found the young man to have been telling the truth. However, embarrassed, the Paris police confiscated the weapons, citing that they would still incite fear from the people of the city. It says, "Oh, that's clever. I love when people get creative with cosplay. Did he get them back?" No, John Blitz. He did not get those back. The Paris police claimed that they were still weapons and that they would incite fear amongst the people. So they confiscated them and kept them. And they're not sharp. They wouldn't puncture anybody. You know, the only time I ever got hurt on those kind of mechanisms is when I was trying to shut the keyboard drawer and I shut it on my finger. That was about it. You know, and it was like a pinch.
Yeah, like nobody's getting hurt with that, and I don't know. I think there's something to be talked about there, but I don't think now is the time to talk about that.
What is it? What are you talking about?
just cops being cops.
Okay. Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. I got what you. Yeah, that's a me and you thing. That's a thing that we're not going to talk about here. That's a dispute between me and him that'll get us going. We don't want that kind of argument on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Just know that me and Hellfire, for those who don't know, we do go at each other sometimes. We still remain friends because we respect each other's opinions. But when you see us getting along and making similar decisions and liking the same things, understand that there's times that we do not agree on a lot of things.
There are some things that we just have agreed to disagree on.
Exactly. He has his opinions, I have mine. We respect them and leave it at that. As far as the catching your finger on them and cutting your finger off in Assassin's Creed Blade, would that make me, if I can get it in there, ladies and gentlemen, would that make me an assassin, ladies and gentlemen? Would that make me an assassin?
That's the wrong finger.
No, it's the right finger. See, it's the right finger.
Is it your ring finger?
It's that one there, the index finger.
That's your pointer finger.
Right.
You're supposed to cut your ring finger off.
Oh, I know, but I cut my ring finger off, so it's still a finger cut off, okay? So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm missing a portion of my finger. But as you can see in the picture, he had the baklava. He had some other kind of mask over top of the baklava. He had the motorcycle ventilation N95 mask. So he was wearing 3 freaking masks, dude.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Maybe
like,
assassins don't even wear a mask.
Right?
That.
They just wear the freaking hood. What's with the? I don't get that.
I don't get the mask.
It must be a Paris Assassin's Creed thing. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, right there, we don't know what the 3 mask deal is. He has a shovel. He had now he could get. I don't know. The Leatherman could be considered because it has an actual blade. He could get in trouble for that Leatherman. But yeah.
But I mean, it's a pocket knife. You can't get in trouble with a pocket knife.
I know. I'm just saying that's the only real weapon in the whole thing. That or the shovel.
Assassin's Creed COVID edition. Yeah, if it was 2020, he probably wouldn't have got stopped with the mask. Like, I mean, we're talking. This was 2019.
Exactly.
So pre-COVID.
Exactly. So with that brings us to get off the weird news. And Assassin's Creed COVID edition. Well, speaking of COVID edition, that actually is coming up in, a little bit later today. We got some COVID editions. Yeah, we got some stuff on COVID for you guys. But it's tech news time.
There's not enough bits in this universe to get me to shave, Waffle. You can hang it up.
How about this, Waffle? You pay him the bits, and I'll get him the shave. Okay. Get this, guys. Get this. He will shave.
No, I will not.
No. Hear me out. Okay. He asked you to shave. He did not say what you had to shave or who you had to shave. Okay. If y'all pay enough bits, okay, I will let Hellfire shave me. See? You'll shave. He didn't say who you had to shave or what you had to shave. Hellfire would probably look 16. No, Hellfire wouldn't look 16. I would say maybe 14.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I'm enjoying not getting carded when I go to the bar, so I'm going to keep this right here.
So yeah, see, it's me that has to do the shaving. Guys, if it weren't for my sensitive skin, trust me, I would grow a beard. I would totally grow a beard. But my skin, like, after I get a certain amount of growth, my skin starts to break out and scratch, and my whole face area becomes red. I can't do it. As much as I want to grow a beard, I can't. That's a good thing, though. Yeah, it is. It is a good thing. It is a good thing. I miss my days where they up until I was 32, I got carded. And now I don't get carded anymore. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Tech news, ladies and gentlemen. As most of y'all saw, right there, in our tech news, we have the Assassin's Creed Blade. You can see it in better than mine, but you can see it right there. There is the, well, if I point right, I'm trying to point right. There we go. There's the Assassin's Creed Blade right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is from the Valhalla. That is the Valhalla Assassin's Creed Blade. this wearable blade. You can get them from GameStop. You can get them from trying to remember all the other. ThinkGeek has it, which of course ThinkGeek is GameStop now. There's a lot of stores that have them. Amazon has them. They are selling for $69.99. Okay, there is a generic version that's running $39.99, which is the one that I had. I have the $39 one. I'm gonna get the $69 one. I just got the generic one for now. Okay, because I want to have all the blades, and it's an Assassin's Creed blade. It is an Assassin's Creed Valhalla blade, but it's the generic version. I am getting the deluxe version right there for $69.99. It may not be till next year, but I will have that blade. Okay. But if you're wanting to get it, Hellfire, I'm pretty sure you're going to probably try to get it soon.
What, the Valhalla one?
The Valhalla one.
Probably not.
Why not?
I'm not.
Of all the blades, the Valhalla Viking one is the one I figured you would get the most.
Nope.
Wow, color me baffled.
Here's the thing, like I don't do cosplay enough to justify investing it in one piece of it. And if I was gonna get a hidden blade, I'd rather spend the money, like the $30 extra that it costs to get a real Assassin's Creed hidden blade.
Well, see, I've got one.
Functions the way it works.
But like, I don't even wear like that. That was the one y'all saw me wear today. That was the first time in a long time I've actually worn a blade. Most of them, once I get everything set up, they'll be set on little dowels, so they're actually arranged up and showing them off on dowels. So for me, it's more of a display piece. Yeah.
I just don't get into all that. That's why I have like a handful of collectibles that people have bought me. I think I've maybe bought one or two collectibles myself.
Right.
Most of them have been bought and gifted to me.
Hold on one sec. I'm responding to Waffles. There we go. Right there. First of all, I've also got the Mass Effect hidden blade, but that's that aside. Instead of only fans, okay, I want to start for people who play RPG games for raids and stuff like that, the only clans. So there we go. Only clans, ladies and gentlemen. I have most of the hidden blades from the game. Same here, Jeff. Same here. I love collecting them. I've got the Power Armor helmets. I've got the Pit Boys. Any kind of game collectible like that I can collect, I'm going to collect it because I want to have a nice, huge wall that has all my collectibles on the wall, like a nice little game collectibles museum, pretty much.
I mean, it's interesting.
Right. But you do have to admit, Hellfire, that is a good-looking blade, though.
Oh, yeah, it is absolutely hands down. I'm not going to deny that.
See, I could actually, believe it or not, I could probably see Blast Pit Metal Drumming wearing one of those and dressed as an assassin and doing his drumming dressed as an assassin.
I can see that.
Imagine, just imagine this, guys. Okay, so Blast Pit Metal Drumming. If y'all haven't followed him already, make sure y'all follow him. He does a lot of drumming to video game music and metal music. But imagine him having two Assassin's Creed blade mechanisms, but instead of blades popping out,
it's drumsticks.
Drumsticks.
Yep.
That would be freaking sweet. Hidden drumstick blades. That is beast right here, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, that would be dope. Right, Tabitha? Even Tabitha thinks that would be beast. Popping out those drumsticks and he pulls them out. And yeah.
Make it happen.
I might have to make hidden blade drumstick mechanisms and send them to him. So yeah. Anyway. Off of tech news. That's all we pretty much had for tech news. It's kind of a short stream for that.
Yep.
Unless you had something else about the hidden blades that you want to talk about. Was there a certain blade that you did like from the game genre?
From the games, I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it was the 3. It wasn't the hidden blade. It was his
the tomahawk
main weapon, his tomahawk thing.
Yeah, I've got the tomahawk.
I'd love to get me a replica tomahawk from 3. That thing was badass.
I will see if I can track another one down. I've got it. Or if I can get a big enough wooden box, and I could probably make a silicone mold and make you one. But
That would be cool.
yeah, but I will track down another Assassin's Creed 3 Tomahawk. I've got his Assassin's Creed Blade, but I've got the Tomahawk. Speaking of the Tomahawk and game collectibles and Vikings, guess what collectible I have that's similar to a Tomahawk that's in the Viking realm. That has
What's
not,
that?
and it's not out of the box. They've never taken it out of the box.
Well, let's see it.
I can't. It's in the shed.
Can't see it. Oh.
So I'll
What do you
tomorrow I'll actually go and dig it out and take pictures of it for you to have. But I have the God of War axe,
Like the new axe?
the new axe.
Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
fucking sweet.
So this one actually has it has LEDs in it, so it lights up the runes on the God of War axe. Lights up.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm hoping when the next God of War comes out, they release their version of Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
That would be kind of dope to have.
Yep.
But Tabitha said this needs to happen. Yeah, I'll try to make it happen, Tabitha. I'll try to make it happen. But I do have the God of War hammer, the axe. The reason why I have the axe is for the same reason I had that collector's edition that I haven't opened, because they're both signed by the same person. How much do you know
Who is?
about the voice of Kratos, the new voice of Kratos?
So.
Okay, for those who don't know, the voice of Kratos, the new Kratos, not the old Kratos, the Viking Kratos, is voiced by Christopher Judge. Chris Judge. Okay, Chris is a half Cherokee, half African American actor. He's played Klingons. He's played Tulk in Stargate SG-1. He is a very, very, very famous actor. They're signed by Christopher Judge. Yes, they're signed by Christopher Judge. Okay, for those who don't know, I don't want to give too much away, but I have a very, very, very big connection to Christopher Judge. The Leviathan axe was so much fun. It was, and I have a replica Leviathan axe. And it's signed by Christopher Judge. A lot of people don't know who Christopher Judge is. Like I said, he played Tilk on Stargate SG-1, which is the Goa'uld character that had the gold thing on his forehead. But anyway, I do have a very, very, very close connection to Christopher Judge. Hellfire knows, but we're not going to talk about it. I do have to wipe off that image right there. And we're going to move on to the notes. Jaffa, yeah, his name was he was a Jaffa, and the Jaffas were turned into Goa'uld, which are the Jaffa with the symbiote aliens inside of them. Don't say nothing, John Bliss. I'm not trying to advertise that out there. He's actually putting it on blast, everybody. Yes, Christopher Judge is one of my cousins, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, so much for staying anonymous.
I know, I'm trying to not let people know my last name. I don't want people knowing my last name. Personal talk is one thing, but blasting my name out there, they can find out who I am, where I'm at, and all that stuff. So I don't exactly, John Bliss. Shh, we don't want people to know my name. I'm trying to not let anyone know anything, and he's like, "Bro, hey, he's your cousin." Dang, so much for my secrets. Can't have no secrets around here, ladies and gentlemen. So next thing you know, we're gonna get stalked here soon. You know that because everybody knows you're 5 minutes up the road from me, and so if they know my name, they can find where I'm at, and if they find where I'm at, they can find where you're at.
I mean, the same goes the other way around. I mean, everybody knows my name. I put that out there. It's open.
Stargate SG-1, exactly. Anyway, off of tech news, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move on to game news. So, with game news, we actually got a lot. What do we have? What's the first thing that we have?
Valhalla is the first game to officially mention COVID. That is the first thing we have to go over.
Yep, I'm trying to get the COVID notes up, but for some reason, it's not coming up. Bear with me for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and do some regular talking real quick while I figure out why the image is not showing.
Okay. See if I can pull this back up here. There we go. Jak 4 is coming out. Yep, I saw that earlier. I saw the. I think they released a new trailer for it, or maybe I'm just behind. Call me Jon Snow, I know nothing.
Okay, so there we call me Jon Snow, I know nothing. And Jak 4. Yes, Jak 4, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, let me drop that away so no one can actually see it. So Jak 4, for those who don't know, Jak 4 is Jak and Daxter. John Bliss, like me, is a big fan of Jak and Daxter. For the longest time, they were working on a story for the final Jak, which is Jak 4. They will be making it for PlayStation 5. It'll release sometime after the next Ratchet and Clank game, which is in production, where we actually get to see Ratchet with freaking fur, dude. We actually get to see fur, not just cel shaded, but he will have fur, which is going to be epic. Okay. That said, we will get to see Ratchet with Jak and Daxter, and in this game, we will meet his evil twin brother and his mother.
Yep.
So that's all we'll talk about Jak and Daxter, because of the fact that there's not going to be a 5 or 6. Jak 4 will be the final Jak and Daxter. It's now back to all Valhalla, all Assassin's Creed. That said, I'll go ahead and let you hit this news. I got the image up.
All right. Which news are we going with?
The very first one, right under.
Well, Valhalla, all you have in notes is Valhalla will be the first game to officially mention COVID. I have nothing else on that.
Right. Well, that's still. So pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing here is here first, ladies and gentlemen. You're seeing it here first on Critical Hits. Okay, Valhalla Easter egg right there. Okay, Valhalla is the first game of anything in 2020 to actually tie COVID in to the game. Okay, so COVID is mentioned that basically when you're in the real world of Assassin's Creed, without giving any spoilers, we can at least tell you that you will be in 2020. Okay, everybody knew, if you know the lore of Assassin's Creed, you know that 2020 was going to happen. It's going to happen.
Every game, the release year that the game comes out in.
Yep.
Is the same year that is the year that is in the game.
Yeah.
So like in the first one, the year was 2007 because it released in 2007. This is 2020. It released in 2020. It goes with the year that it was released.
Exactly. So with that, since it is 2020, the only way to make it a realistic 2020 was to throw in COVID. So. Yep. In history, ladies and gentlemen, Assassin's Creed is the first game to, in timeline, mention COVID. It will go down in history as COVID. It will go down in history as us being the first ones to let you guys and let anybody know that it is the first mention of COVID in any video game of 2020.
I think it'll be interesting going forward to see if and how video games and other media reference COVID.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we're starting to see it in some movies, and we're starting to see it in some other forms of media. Like, it's slowly getting out there. And I know The Simpsons is parodying it. Family Guy did a whole thing on it. South Park did a whole, hour-long special on COVID. So it's interesting seeing how it's seeping into media and all that, and it's curious to see where it's going to go and what the lasting impact of COVID is going to be in media.
Yeah. Now, the closest that came to COVID, talking about COVID in any way, technically was Fallout 76, but because they didn't call it COVID, the award goes to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Because remember they had the plague, that whole plague thing in there, the scorched plague. But like I said, That's the closest. But the one that truly dominates with talking about COVID in modern times is going to be Valhalla. Now, the South Park one was pretty funny. Yeah, it was. It was.
South Park was funny, yeah.
Here's my question. I wonder if Watch Dogs 3 or Cyberpunk 2020 or 2077 will mention COVID. Because Watch Dogs 3 is supposed to be present time.
Watch Dogs 3 is not present time.
It's not?
Best I can tell. No. I mean, look at the city. Look at everything around it. It's an alternate. If it's present time, it's alternate timeline.
Got you. That makes sense.
Because there's too much technology in and about the world. Everything's run by computers. And it seems like a futuristic world, and if it is 2020, it's not the same timeline that we're on. So
right.
Probably won't have COVID.
See, in 2077, the reason why I mentioned they can talk about COVID is because we haven't got to that future yet. So because we haven't got to that future, and it's way too far off to know what that future is going to be like, they can assume what the future is going to be like and make it a future version of this current timeline, and that this current 2020 has happened in theirs. And I'm curious to see if they would actually tag COVID and any histories of COVID in their in the Cyberpunk 2077.
Well, see, I know you knew that. I know that you know what I'm about to say, but the original game was Cyberpunk 2020.
Yes.
And from what I understand, Cyberpunk 2077 exists on the same timeline.
It does.
Cyberpunk 2020 does, and Cyberpunk there was no COVID in 2020 and Cyberpunk 2020.
Well,
so
see,
it wouldn't
in Cyberpunk,
add up and it wouldn't work.
It would in hold on one second. Let me pull this up. Give me just a second, because so Valhalla actually uses the term COVID. Yeah, if you can see the image right there, Tabitha, I'll send it to you later at the end of the stream. It actually has in that letter, that email, it talks about people having COVID in the game. It actually uses the word COVID. So this is 2020 COVID mentioned in Assassin's Creed.
I think the thing to keep in mind with Assassin's Creed is even though it's not really our world, they pose it as if everything happening in the games is happening in our world behind the scenes. That is the entire basis around that game franchise, is that everything that you play is supposed to be happening in our world behind the scenes. You just don't see it, you don't know it. So for them to keep that illusion up and to keep everything seeming like it is still our world, they have to throw in pop culture references and things that are going on in our world at the same time.
Okay, and that this is freaky. Yeah, it is. It's kind of cool to insinuate. It's one of those. Could this really be happening? Now we understand that the Templars are not exactly the way they're painted in the game. They are not like they are in the game. They are not some evil society. They did that because they needed something, a group that was present throughout all these periods of time. And outside of the bullshit Illuminati, what other society was there that has held true to those times and now? And that was I think
it depends on your definition of evil too. I mean, that's an underlying tone in all the Assassin's Creed games. Is the Templars see the assassins as evil?
Right, and see that. Hold on, what I'm gonna get at is the assassins. Their intentions are for the are slightly for the what they think is for the good in the game, but they're doing evil things to have the power to make the good things happen. They want to control that power, and that's what the Templars want. However, the assassins in this great group is trying to keep them from having all. One man can't have too much power, and the assassins try to keep one man from having too much power. Okay. So by evil, I don't mean they're actually evil, but the perceived evil or evil perceived.
Yeah.
So
because I mean, if you know the enemy, and it adds up even in the real world. I don't see a assassin parallel anywhere in the world. But I mean, there could be because they typically work in the shadows. But if you do the history, you know that the Templars are the modern day Help me out here, Retro.
Templars are the modern day what? Their
You know,
Templars, their Templars, or our Templars?
Our Templars.
Our Templars are the modern day secret society. They are. I don't know how to explain
You're
it.
drawing a blank on it too.
Yeah.
The name of the secret society.
Oh, you're talking about the Masons.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
the Masons.
Our Templar in our world are modern day Masons, and a lot of Masons are high-ranking political officers, high-ranking
business
military
people.
officers,
High-ranking business people.
high-ranking business people, CEOs, politicians, generals. So it adds up that even today, the Templars, people that identify as what would be the modern day Templars, are still seeking power in some way, form, or fashion. So it adds up, but it still comes down to your definition of what is evil and what is not evil.
Right, that's why I said evil
perceived.
perceived. That's why I said evil
Yeah.
perceived. Now, what I find cool with the Templars and Assassin's Creed, ladies and gentlemen, the first game that came out was the one in the early 2000s that was supposed to be the Prince of Persia, and it was during the times of because it was the Hashashin sect.
Yep.
But Hiram Abiff. Okay, a lot of people don't know this. The Masons, okay, the Freemasons and the Templars are based off the teachings of Hiram Abiff, who was one of the first. He was the guy that designed and built the King Solomon's temple. Okay, now there's a lot of people say that that the wisdom of Solomon, that he designed it, passed it off to Hiram Abiff to build. Some people say that the aliens gave or the Anunnaki gave Solomon the wisdom to come up with the temple and have Hiram Abiff design it. Some people believe that the aliens gave Hiram Abiff the technology and the knowledge to design and build it, and then he was killed by three tools, which were the symbols of the Templars, and that is based off that the Templars now are based off that teachings and stuff like that. So it has that whole Assassin's Creed inner circle web of connectivity with it, which is kind of cool. Getting back to COVID and games and Cyberpunk 2020, ladies and gentlemen, they had what was called cyber psychosis. Okay, it was a kind of a disease. Okay, you got to remember, this is way before COVID was ever done, but they had what was called in the 80s, guys. Cyberpunk was a tabletop dice role-playing RPG game called Cyberpunk 2020. It is now 2020, and that's one of the reasons why they're releasing this video game of Cyberpunk 2077 as a, hey, look, it is now 2020 from when the first game was made, so we have to make this other game. Okay? Yep. So Cyberpunk 2077, because the first Cyberpunk game was created but in 1977, but not released until the 80s. Yep. So with that said, the cool thing that I was talking about is that it wasn't an actual per se COVID, but they had what was called cyber psychosis, which was it's a mental illness disease created by the original early predecessors of cybernetic augmentations. Okay, so that kind of fits almost a COVID vibes of the 80s. So, I kind of like that. They had no idea of what COVID would have been back then, because as we know, Cyberpunk 2020 didn't have Matt Groening to foretell everything back in the 70s and the 80s. Okay, it wasn't until the 90s that we got Matt Groening doing The Simpsons and being able to foretell all of the futures of the world, so we didn't have Matt Groening to tell us the future in Cyberpunk 2020. So I think the psychosis is close enough to being because we do have cybernetic augmentations to this day. Maybe not to the degrees of what the 80s thought, but it's close enough,
I mean, and we're right around the corner. I mean, we've
exactly.
talked about this before. we are right around the corner from cybernetic enhancements.
Yeah, yeah. So 2077 is if Cyberpunk 2077 does a COVID, remembering back to COVID of 2020, you know, they probably could rework it to be, you know, instead of cyber psychosis, they could write it to being COVID caused cyber psychosis in the augmentations, because the augmentations were infected. It's a chance they can somehow work it in. They could somehow work it in. You know, imagine somebody with augmentations getting infected with COVID. What could happen?
Here's the thing: COVID wouldn't work in that cyberpunk world. Because what is COVID? COVID is a respiratory disease.
Right.
All they would have to do is just replace their lungs with cybernetic lungs. Like, you can't infect a mechanical part with a physical disease.
No, you're right. You're right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to some other news. I don't have images for this, but I'm going to go ahead and read this one unless you want to.
You talking about the spoiler-free tips?
No, the microtransactions.
Okay. Microtransactions. Love them, hate them. Can't stand them, who knows?
Right. So,
but dating back to Assassin's Creed 3, microtransactions of XP boost became a thing. Many people who pay to be able to speed up their speed. Many people who pay to be able to speed boost their character's growth. However, Valhalla will not be selling XP boost and force gamers to rely on a majorly forgotten concept of leveling up their characters. This forgotten technique was called playing the game. Ubisoft is going to require you to actually play the game to level up. Go figure. The idea behind this, according to Ubisoft, is the XP boost. The XP boost many people skip. With the XP boost, many people skip the story and pass by so many wonderful works in history in the game, that by removing the XP boost, a player has to actually play the game and, like the first two games, delve into the story and the characters.
So yeah, and Tabitha's like, good. So she agrees, and I like the idea of this. I'm all for this.
Here's where I think. Here's where I draw the line. And it's like they can't make up their mind what they want to do. Odyssey. There was parts in Odyssey, and they got so much backlash for Odyssey, it's not even funny when it released.
Yeah.
Because there were parts of the game where you either had to grind for 20 hours or pay to bypass it.
Right.
And I grind for like 5 hours, and I Google and see what I'm doing wrong. And it was like, yeah, you got to grind for like 15 more hours just trying to collect this gold. And I'm like, fuck that. I ain't got time for that. I got work. I got life. I got other things to do. I'll pay $20 and skip this shit. So as long as they don't have it set up where it takes you forever to grind out one tiny little mission, I am fine with not being able to buy XP. Because that was literally the only time that I bought XP in Assassin's Creed.
Well, see, okay, so you got to understand that they had a different team making Odyssey. Okay, they started off with one team. Then they switched to a different team. The different team was the ones like, oh, let's make this grind. Let's make this a grind. Let's make this a grind. Let's make this a grind. And they literally had to grind everything. Okay. Yep. So it was the original team that was like, well, look, we're going to put this whole, because the XP thing started in Assassin's Creed 3.
Yep.
Okay, so they're like, well, look, let's put this. Since y'all making a grind, let's make this. Let's make it to where you can pay to skip past the grinding. Okay, It was their way of fixing the bullshit grind. Now, I don't mind grinding in some games, but and I love Odyssey.
Yeah.
But the one where you had to really grind was Origins. Origins was super grindy. No, for me, like trying to do the stupid star map things, and you have to go and hunt the star maps down and do every single one of the stupid star maps and find the stones.
You only have to do that if you want 100% the game. That's like any of the
Hello! Look who you're talking to here!
Okay, but look at 2 with the fucking feathers.
I see. I
You
got
know how
those.
many hours I spent tracking down those stupid fucking feathers?
No. Hold on. Assassin's Creed 3 and Benjamin Franklin's freaking floating notes.
Oh, the notes were fine. They had less notes in 3 than they did
Feathers.
feathers in 2. Like the notes were fine. I beat that in like 5 hours. I had all the notes.
Right.
Like, here you go. Fuck off.
But at least with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, ladies and gentlemen, there is a grind. But what I'm finding, and I don't know if you'll agree with this, there's they put a lot out there for like the rations. You can pick rations up almost anywhere. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not a hard grind. It is a grind, but it's a fun, easy grind that everything's everywhere. And I'll talk about this here in the tips, but there's certain tips that have to do with the grind. But the grind is there, but they made it fun with the add-ons that you can do as far as increasing your settlement. You know, and all the enhancements that you can do, the mini games that you can do, because Hellfire seems to be playing that stupid dice game with the runes and stuff in there. Because I was watching the streams.
Fluffy, what's
the
up?
Fluffy Life is here. Hello, Fluffy Life. So Hellfire, he's all about the little mini games that are in there, and there's a little bit of a grind there. I do a lot of the Ubisoft account challenges to unlock some
hold
stuff
on,
there.
bro.
Yeah.
Hold that thought.
Okay, dropping a shout out to Fluffy. Okay, do I have the? There we go.
I don't know if you had the player or not.
I got the player up there. I couldn't remember, but yeah. Talk about a game that has a grind.
Yeah.
That's a battle royale with a grind, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on,
Realm
let's emote it
Royale.
out. Biscuit. Let's emote it out.
Wow, they're sitting there emoting the whole game, waiting. So that was the Fluffy Life, ladies and gentlemen, playing Battle Royale, popping her chickens. They were actually waiting for their stuff to do whatever it was doing. But to what I was saying, you know, the game, there's so many fun elements in there. There's so many historical stuff in there. There's so much to do that makes the grind worth it.
Yeah.
Your opinion on that?
In Odyssey, it wasn't worth the grind, in my opinion. It was worth paying to get past the grind, but it wasn't worth the grind.
Are we buffering?
But,
Fluff says the buffering is strong. Are we buffering for anybody else besides the Fluffy Life? Because I don't see where it's buffering in here. But are we buffering for anybody else? Let us know in the chat if we're buffering so that way I can adjust settings and stuff tonight for the next episode. We shouldn't be buffering, but still, go back to what you were saying.
But are you asking if the grind is strong for this game?
What do you think about the grind for this game?
So far, there's only been one thing that's kind of pissed me off with the whole, like, I spent an hour and a half hunting and I finally found my third deer, and then I realized not
your antler
every
things.
deer has antlers. And I'm just going, if it has antlers on its head when I shoot him, why the hell don't I have antlers in my inventory when I kill it?
So yeah, you gotta find a certain deer that you gotta find that's gonna have the antler. It's not every single one.
Yeah, that's a little grindy, and that's a little like I don't really like that aspect
Now,
of it.
slight spoiler for you. Without a spoiler, it kind of spoiler inception, I guess, or outception, or I don't know. But somewhere in the game, somewhere in the multitude of the game, there is you know how in Odyssey you had the mythic beasts?
Yeah.
Okay, there is a mythic beast. I'm not going to tell you what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Warcraft does that too. Yeah. Warcraft does it a lot. But somewhere in the game, ladies and gentlemen, there is a mythic Viking beast. I won't tell you what that beast is, okay? But it is a beast that is in Viking lore, okay? And Norse mythology.
There's only two big beasts that are in Viking lore.
Which beast are you talking about? Which tell me the two beasts.
For the life of me, I can't pronounce either of their names, but they're both Loki's sons. You got the wolf, and then you've got the world dragon that wraps around the earth.
Neither one of those. This one is not mythic as in god mythic, but it is a mythic. It is a mythic beast, an animal. Mythic John Blitzed. But no, there's a mythic animal. I shouldn't say beast. There's a mythic animal. Animal that is treated with high regards amongst the Norse. That is in there. And I'm not going to say where, but it's somewhere in the game, and you have to kill it. Okay? And it has antlers. Okay? And if you beat it, you get to have the antlers, which could be used in a later piece of gear. That's all I'm saying.
Now I'm trying to like rack in my brain on all the lore that I know and trying to figure out who you're talking about.
It's a white animal with antlers.
It's gonna come to me at like 3 in the morning. And
It will.
Damn it!
I know exactly what you mean. I've seen the icon on the mountain. See, Yorkshire knows. I'm not gonna say nothing. Okay, I've already gone up against it. I've already beat it. Okay, and trust me, it took me freaking 4 times to battle the beast and get that bitch. Okay, so it's not something easy. It's not something easy, ladies and gentlemen. However, it took me 4 times to do it because the beast it lunges at you and charges at you, and one hit takes literally 50% of your health. One hit takes 50% of your health.
You're just a masochist.
Because it's going to make you want to go play the game, right?
No, not a sadist, a masochist. The fact that you went up against it at such a low level that it killed you in 2 hits.
I know. I didn't know what I was doing at first. It's just like I'm
walk away.
Well, I didn't know. I'm walking up and I see, oh hey, this thing looks cute. You know, let me fight it. You know, Hellfire was fighting for deer antlers. Let me see what these antlers can do for me. Can I keep these deer antlers? You know, well they're not actually deer antlers, but they're antlers. You know, so can I keep these antlers? You know, Hellfire's getting deer antlers. Let me see if I can get these. And if I get these antlers, I could be like ration pouch upgrades before that fight for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yes, you definitely want to have the upgrade. But so I'm like, okay, you know, maybe I can have these antlers and rub it in Hellfire's face. Okay, I've got the antlers to rub in your face, but it took me 4 times to play it to learn how to fight that sucker at a low freaking level. Okay? So those antlers I got to rub in your face were time well spent. You're quiet now. What's wrong?
I'm thinking about who the hell it is.
Hang on.
Because this is bugging me now.
It is.
You sending it to me?
I don't know how to pronounce it. The translation of the name is Oak Thorny. EIKTH. It's a stag. Now you're buffering. Okay, so now we're buffering. Hang on 1 second. We're buffering. We are buffering. I've got to fix the buffer, and I know what the problem is. In a minute here, ladies and gentlemen, we won't be buffering. Channels enter 1 hit, 1 HP warrior. But look for Norse mythology, Oak Thorny.
I know who you're talking about. And he should have had his counterpart there, the she-goat.
Nope, it was just that's somewhere else in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
How the hell did you get all the way to Valhalla, or did they just not put it in Valhalla?
It's not in Valhalla. You're going to come across it twice.
Okay, about to say, because in mythology, it's supposed to be in Valhalla. It's supposed to be atop Valhalla.
Yes, you're going to come across it twice. Okay, I don't want to give any spoilers away. And Tabitha, let me know if the buffering stops from what I did. I turned my PlayStation 4 off because it was using the internet. But so I just came across this, and Yorkshire knows. You come across this really cool looking water reservoir oasis in the snow. And it's glittering and all sparkly and misty and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, when you travel down, you know, some big giant things comes on your screen talking about it and tells you who it is and what it is and all that stuff, and it lets you know that you got this epic battle that you have to do, and it's an yeah. So I don't want to give it away.
I know what you're talking about now.
That's a spoiler, so I don't want to give too. I'm trying to not make it spoiler for everybody at home.
And it is a deer.
Well, it's an elk.
No, it's a deer.
It's a deer?
In mythology, it's a deer.
Okay. Well, it's
supposed to be a deer.
It's big for a deer, because it's. I think it's like a male, but it's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
No deer.
He's all hulking and shit. It's white. It's a white stag with freaking massive ass. Yes, that's the name exactly. And it's got massive ass antlers. Okay, so and I've got the antlers. But I just want to kind of throw that in there for your little antler run for deers. Be on the lookout for those antlers.
Okay. Well, I'm not a masochist. Unlike somebody in this channel.
Look, okay, if you're gonna play a game, you play a game. He wants antlers. See, even Waffle wants antlers now.
Well, I play the game, but I don't go up against something I'm not ready for. I ain't a masochist.
You ain't gonna.
I like inflicting the pain. I don't like being beaten up.
Hey, so sometimes you gotta fall to move up in life. You're gonna have your ups and your downs, and I had 4 downs till I picked myself back up and won that game. Okay, I learned from my life lessons in that game. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, before we get bogged down and get some unboring stuff, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We've got spoiler-free tips for those of you who have Valhalla. Okay, and those of you planning to get Valhalla, we got some spoiler-free tips that will help you play the game. Did you want to start, or did you want me to start?
I will start because I'm excited about the first one.
Okay.
Actually, I'm excited about both the first one. So I'll do the first two, and then I'll let you take it.
Go right ahead.
Your gear is now upgradable. Make sure you upgrade them at least twice. Once with a weaponsmith and the other through your inventory. These two methods offer different types of upgrade, including allowing you to attach runes. So you may want to take advantage of doing both.
Not yet. Hold on, let's talk about that one real quick. So what he was saying, basically, there's 2 ways to upgrade. You can actually go to your inventory panel and do an upgrade there. Okay, but in the game there is a blacksmith that you can go to, or a metalsmith, because steel. But there's a metalsmith, and he can upgrade yours a different way. Okay, so you're getting different types of upgrades. One is a regular upgrade, and I think the metalsmith gives you your epic, massive upgrades.
Yep.
So that said, Yorkshire. That says, Yorkshire says, I'm going back to Norway to find that fucker. When I get the PS5, I will send you a picture. I'll send a picture to you. Awesome. Yeah, eventually we will have a PS5 and an Xbox One. I'd love to get my hands on a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X that we can actually debut it on the stream to actually let people see a lot of different things, the outcomes, the ins, the outs, and stuff like that, and actually do a side-by-side stream so people can see the quality difference. And literally, I will have it side by side so you can see what the quality of the Xbox with one game is and the quality of the same game with PlayStation 5 side by side. So if I can ever get my hands on an Xbox Series 1 and a Series X and the PlayStation 5, know that we're going to do a side by side comparison. Let's see. I don't know, but look on offer up. Okay. So anyway, go ahead.
So the next one is one-hit kills are possible. I know there for a while they did away. I think it was not Odyssey, but Origin. They did away with one-hit kills.
Yeah, it was Origin. It was Origin.
Yeah. So they've kind of combined the new way of assassinating with the old way of assassinating, where in Origin and Odyssey you had to level up your blade before you could one-hit kill anybody. Now, depending on the level of the person you're attacking, you can one-hit kill right from immediately after you get your blade. But you do have to level it up as well if you want to attack and kill higher level NPCs.
Yeah. And now, there are one of the things that's in there too that I haven't gotten unlocked yet is abilities. You will have abilities in the game. So I haven't got the abilities yet. I'm working on trying to get that. I think you're like way ahead of me now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I haven't unlocked abilities yet. I'm working on it. You can upgrade your regular skills. You'll be able to get your abilities and upgrade those skills. You can upgrade your armor. You can upgrade your weapons. You can upgrade your ration pouches. You can with the one-hit kills. Once you upgrade all that stuff, not only can you do one-hit kills, as Hellfire said, on regular enemies, but you'll be able to do one-hit kills on bigger people. And I'm hoping that when I do a playthrough, I want to do a super hard playthrough, because if I'm right, I think they do the same thing that they did before, where once you unlocked everything, you get to play the game again with everything already unlocked.
Well, all you have to do is finish the main mission.
That's what I'm talking about.
Game Plus, yeah.
Right. So I want to go back and do the harder difficulty with all the stuff that I've unlocked, and be able to do a one-hit assassin's kill on the hardest difficulty of the hardest enemy. So that's my goal. But yeah, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you keep an eye on your stamina. Pretty much in the game, they've actually put a focus on stamina, similar to Elder Scrolls games and most all RPG games. Stamina now is effective in this game as well. So definitely keep an eye on your stamina for where was I at? It's key in the gameplay style of so don't lose sight of your stamina. There's a bar down at the bottom, so every so often keep an eye on your stamina. There's skill updates that let you enhance your stamina. There's armor sets that actually let you enhance your stamina and your attack and your health and stuff like that. So that's one thing that I didn't mention that's not in the notes. There are, as all the other ones, armor sets, helmets, the gauntlets, the boots, the cloaks, the whole 9 yards. There's actual armor sets that will do, like, once you have all the armor sets, it will give you a modifier for having a complete armor set. Then wealth. Make use of Odin's sight to find interactive spots to loot treasure and wealth all across the game. There's 3 things to find. 2 of the things are your gold and your the gold icon and the blue icon, which are health and mysteries. Okay, you'll sometimes come across little iron ore deposits that you break. You'll come across hidden houses that have loot in them and certain notes. John Blitz, I'm trying to get a PS5 as well. If you get a PS5, Blast Bitten, I get one. We're going to be doing some gaming. But yeah, make sure you focus on your Odin sight. That's pressing your R3 button, which creates a ring, which you get to enhance that later down the road. But the Odin sight unlocks certain things and pings them on your map. So if you're hearing something, it sounds like, wait, that's magical powers, that's magical sounds, and you're looking around, you can't see it. Use your Odin sight to expand the area, and it'll ping it for a few seconds for you to be able to find. And if it's a regular treasure, it'll just be a little glittery ping. Yep. If it's an epic item, it'll have like a blue and gold like ring that grows and grows and grows. Okay. When you see this, that one has challenges that you have to unlock, and there'll be certain ways to do it. Because I came across this hut that is in this certain room, and you have to climb over. And right now, my ability to climb over won't allow me to do it. The other way in is to move stuff around, and I can't move stuff around. I haven't figured that one out yet. So pretty much I can't get into this one certain treasure, but once you discover it, it leaves it as a treasure on your map that you can always go back later to unlock. I can't find it now. I'm upset. I'll send you an image of where it is on my map, Yorkshire, so you can go back and find it. I want to get Jak Collection remastered. Wait until the Jak 4 comes out before you get a remastered collection, John Blitz, because that way you'll have all of them instead of just the one, because they are going to release Jak 1, 2, 3, and 4 with Jak X. Appreciate that. Thank you. No problem. So, so right now, that's pretty much it. Unless you had anything else that you wanted to talk about before we were to move on. Hellfire?
Sorry, I hit the mute button by accident. But no, I think that was about it. That was pretty much covers all the news. I mean, we could talk about the history, the in-depth history, and everything that's happened in Assassin's Creed, but we'd be here for 5 hours.
Yeah, and
because a lot has happened.
There's a tip I missed. Grow your settlements. Doing so increases your character and makes them stronger. So the more you'll eventually unlock, and this is not really a spoiler because that's actually stuff that's in the actual description of the game. But you're going to get in a settlement, and once you get the settlement, you're going to be able to grow your settlement doing raids, and I think there's relationships and marriages that you can do. So once you grow your settlement, you're going to increase your character and make him stronger, and unlock other abilities and other armor and other weapons and things like that. So make sure you grow your settlement. Do not let your settlement go. The game is vast, okay? So there's a lot of things to do. Don't just go in and, oh, hey, like for me, I'm a story person. Oh, hey, I'm going to go play the story. Oh, okay, that's just a mini game. Oh, that's just a mini game. Oh, that's just that. Let me focus on this. No. Those mini games, those side quests, unlike some things, you can skip them and go back to them. These, you don't want to skip them. You want to do them. Straight out, you want to do them. So, yeah. What we're going to do now, but we can't make Viking babies. No, I'm hoping maybe in a DLC, they'll allow us to have Viking kids and kind of, that would actually be kind of cool for an RPG. Oh my God, Yorkshire, you just baffled you put a thought in my head. Marry a bearded man closest to making a Viking baby. Yeah, right? But imagine this, ladies and gentlemen. I know Blastbit, I know Tabitha, Yorkshire, Waffle, myself, and Hellfire. We're all into RPG games like Elder Scrolls and Fallout and World of Warcraft and things like that. Okay, yep. Imagine a fantasy-based game. And me and Hellfire's talked about this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to give you too much on this idea because I plan to make this game. Okay, but we talked about a fantasy RPG game that I don't want to talk about because I don't want someone to steal my idea. But imagine a RPG game that's like Skyrim with a few features of The Sims added into it. Okay, imagine like being able to marry and have kids in Skyrim, right, Hellfire?
Yep.
But
that was a DLC, if I'm not badly mistaken.
Yes, it was Hearthstone.
Yep.
So imagine, okay, not only being able to have your kids, but imagine if the game were to somehow progress in a DLC. The next DLC is in the 10th age of man, blah, 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 blah. Well, we start in the 5th age of man. The next DLC is the 10th age of man. And then the next DLC will in the 10th age of the 4th moon of the setting of the time of man. The time fast forwards and in that DLC, which time is fast forward, your original character is an elderly man, okay? And you're playing the kid that you made in the first game. What do you think?
I mean, we've talked about this.
Yes.
I like it because it kind of like, it mixes the genealogy thing from Sims, which I love
Right?
because you are like because it allows you to grow characters and to tweak characters perfectly because you build up this perfect genetic line, you teach them this, you build up wealth, and then you pass everything off and you build this perfect
To your
genetic
heir,
specimen into your kids, and then you train them in this, and then they have this special ability because you train them in this, and you have so much control over your character and they have then that you will start playing the character with more abilities than the previous character because you've passed all that on to the next generation. It's going to be freaking epic if it's pulled off.
Right. So pretty much what it comes down to is a time progression RPG game that has actual growth for future DLCs, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so you heard it here. If anybody steals this idea, it's copyrighted right here. The first time anyone's ever come up with time progression RPG games with genetics that spawn off into DLCs. Okay, you heard it here first. If anyone comes out with it, it's a copyright issue because it's copyrighted here with us. Okay, let me know if you ever come across anyone after this show is aired. Let me know because I will sue them and it will be our game because me and Hellfire have created this concept. We're slightly working on it. I'm going to get a hold of my people that my game design people, like my friend who's a dev for Bethesda. I've slightly mentioned it to him. I'm trying to get some of my people that were into game design at Full Sail University, and we're going to make this game. Okay, Hellfire and me are going to do storyline on it. I'm going to do a lot of concept art for it, and I'm going to get my coders to create the worlds, and we're going to create teams, and we're going to create, this is all for DBN, ladies, Didactic Business Networks, okay? But it's coming. Time progressed based DLC simulation RPG games. It's like taking Sims and Elder Scrolls and mushing it together. Okay, we'll have raids, we'll have PvPs, we'll have storylines, side quests, mini games, everything you come to love in Sims and Warcraft, World of Warcraft, and Skyrim, all that. But it's going to have time progression and genetic-based carries on for all the DLCs. It says, Tabitha says, wow, and make it so there are missions that can be done to help build skills too. Oh no, there will be. There will be. Of course. That's an RPG standard. Okay, I will. Just kidding. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I'd
also love, and I think we talked about this briefly the other night. If we can find a way in a future DLC where we're in like 2080 and we can create time travel and we can get that.
That's why I said time progression. That was the other thing. That's the reason for time progression, ladies and gentlemen. This is the secret to our game that we're creating. Okay, and again, you're hearing it first. It's here. It's copyrighted. It's in the ether. Yes, I know, but we said it first. Anybody who steals this, just know you got to pay us money for this. But we should play D&D in Viking setting. I've got one. I've got a D&D Viking setting, Tabitha. I've got one for my tabletop RPG. I've got one, so it's there. Because Tyrion there wants to play it. But me and Hellfire were talking. Imagine starting the game in a fantasy times of Elder Scrolls. Okay, and as time progresses, you'll move up to medieval times. You'll move up to your Old West times. You'll move up to our present time, which is now the millennium, and then the time DLC moves up into the future, our future, to where you have flying spaceships, to where eventually you're going off in other planets. But time progressed RPGs that go from the past of fantasy base to the future. It just carries on with DLCs and your genetic kids, all your lines passing on. Each kid that you raise is a different kid. It could be a girl, it could be a guy. You have no way to know what the gender of your kid is going to be. Okay, that's random. But the genetics of your kid will look like you and the person that you had a relationship with and have the traits that you instilled into them to carry on into the next game. Their kid will have that kid will have a relationship and have a kid that spawns to the next game and to the next game and to the next game, carrying your genetic line and all these traits that you raise to the very end of whatever the climactic end of the game is, far, far, far into the future. Okay? Then you have the time travel aspect that we're talking about. Because guess what happens? Once you get to this climactic epic episode of the future, it all goes back to the beginning. Your character goes through some kind of time travel machine, a time machine or portal, and loops it to the beginning of the game. So the game just cycles over and over and over and over again. A never-ending cycle of an epic journey of a video game, ladies and gentlemen. A true RPG game at its epic proportions. You put a lot of thought into this. Oh no! See.
Oh, we put a lot. Of thought into
yeah.
This.
When me and
I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna shut Retro up because he said too much already.
Sorry, I get excited. So pretty much, without giving anything else away, when me and Hellfire aren't arguing, this is what we do. So our minds together are we are like, you've got Edison and Tesla. You've got Sigmund Freud and Einstein.
Yep.
So we're literally when we're together, it creates an explosion of genius. Okay. Now all we need is to have somebody with money provide us money to get this game made.
Pretty much.
And we'll split the profit 3 ways. The person who provides money, they'll get a third. Hellfire will get a third, and I'll get a third. Granted, a third of whatever's left after we pay for marketing and creation and all that stuff.
Yep.
Now, I know that Tabitha and Blastpit are going to say that we need to pay them a portion as emotional support.
Putting up with all our bullshit.
Right? Well, we had to listen to you two argue and watch your shows, so you need to pay us some money. I'm waiting. In a few minutes, you're going to see. There goes Blastpit. I told you. I was waiting for it. Anyway, it's 1:30. Do you want to go ahead and want me to do my gameplay, or do you want to go ahead and drop out and I'll walk people through the game a little bit and then raid you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and drop because I gotta get ready for my stream.
Okay.
But you go ahead, do your gameplay, walk them through some of the basics of the game, and then I will see you on the other side of the raid.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're doing something a little new. Okay, we want to show you some gameplay of Assassin's Creed. So what we're gonna do here, as you see, I've kind of switched the screens a little bit here. Hellfire just dropped. I'm going to kill that out for our post-traumatic stress. Right? Post-traumatic critical hit disorder. Post-critical hit stress disorder. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do, let me make sure everything's canceled out here. What we're going to do is I'm actually going to switch the screen to the critical plays screen. Oh no signal. What we're gonna do is I'm waiting for Hellfire to get his stuff booted up. We normally end with the suicide prevention hotline. I still will be doing that. However, I'm going to pull the game up for you guys so that you can see the game and a lot of stuff. Oh, something's happening. There we go. So, as you see here, I'm in the skills tree right now. One of the things I'm going to go ahead and do is go to the main screen and show you a few different things that are not spoilers, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. And then Hellfire is going to boot up. Once Hellfire's boot up, I'm going to say the goodbyes, and then I'm going to raid him. And you're going to actually get to watch Assassin's Creed gameplay. So let me pull up this so I can see when he goes live. Anyway, one of the cool things about the game is the Ubisoft Connect. I love that with the game, you don't actually have to attach your account anymore. It's automatically attached, and it senses my account because if you go to their website, you link your PlayStation to their account on their website, and it senses your PlayStation account now and knows that you're connected without having to connect anymore. Makes it so much easier to go through things. So as you see here, with their new with the new Connect thing, which they're going through all their new stuff, you can easily cycle through all the games and pick which Assassin's Creed game you want to focus on. As you see, I have Assassin's Creed 3, I've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I think Origins is in here somewhere, but it's not showing up because I've got Origins. In fact, I can show you that I've got Origins. As you see right there, Assassin's Creed Origins, I've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey and 3, and as well as Valhalla, which is right here. But what I love is the rewards in this thing. You have your challenges that you can do. Ubisoft Connect's a little slow. Okay, so as you see here, raiding 5 monasteries, I gotta win 5 drinking games, win 5 dice games, avenge the death of 10 players, recruit 10 other players, win a flighting challenge. Flighting, if you don't know what flighting is, it's a rhyming battle, pretty much like rap. It's the Vikings version of rap, called flighting. So they have the Viking version of rap in here. So they have lots of challenges that get you points. As you see, I'm already getting to fully customize your ship. I'm already loading that up. And then they got the time limited ones. But once you get these rewards, you can go to, or the challenges, you can go to your rewards. And as you see here, there's lots of stuff here. I'm supposed to have this one because I was at the event, but for some reason it did not unlock for me, and I'm pissed about it. I need to contact them and let them know. But I'm supposed to have this epic Bayek Legacy outfit, but for some reason they didn't give it to me, and I'm pissed about this. Twitch, Ubisoft, if you're watching this, I was at the event. I was actually restreaming the event as I was watching it, but I was there. So anyway, but yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in here that you can get. I've already got those this tattoo set here, which is really cool. Now with that said, let me exit out of here. They actually still have the store. As we told you, there's no more XP boosting, but everything here is cosmetic. Here's the Draugr pack. Look at this stuff here, guys. This is sweet as mother freaking hell. You can actually play as a Draugr. Look at that. Is that not cool? Oh, I just love it. You got the bird. You've got the mount. There's the weapons. So there's like all kinds of epic stuff in here. You got the weapons, you got companions that you can get here. Like there's a wolf, the horse. Give it a second to load. That Draugr set, I know. Seeing it, it makes me think of Skyrim. It's like that Draugr set kind of ties Valhalla and Skyrim together. My internet sucks, guys, so bear with me. But yeah, so there's your birds. You got a blue jay or heron. You got that one there. So yeah, you can get different skins for your different animals. There's just so much stuff that you can buy with extra money. It's all cosmetics, okay? There's no pay to win type of stuff anymore. So I love that it's all cosmetics. Here you got your add-ons. Now, I don't have the Seasons Pass. I don't have the money for it. When I pre-ordered the game back when it first came out, the special edition versions weren't available. The Seasons Pass wasn't available, so I had to get the basic version, which was the only thing available. And now that I don't have the money to be able to get cool stuff, you know, eventually I'll have the Seasons Pass. But for now, hey, but they do have Quest stuff. I've already got this one. That I do have this for pre-ordering. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in this. Let me see if Hellfire is up and ready yet. There's a lot of people streaming. Okay, so Hellfire is ready to go. So let me switch back to the wide shots. We're going to take that off. So Hellfire's not here, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, we always do this before we end. Before I raid him, I want to do this. I don't want to close without doing this. I only have a few here, so please, those of you that are here, please stay. Let me pass this message off. Suicide Prevention Hotline. Me and Hellfire always push this. This is something that's near and dear to our heart. We've been there ourselves. We've tried committing suicide. I don't want to glorify it or anything like that. It is not the way to go. I regret it. It was a stupid thing on my part, but I was a 12-year-old kid. With today, with COVID and all the bullshit of the 2020s, the elections and all that, suicide is increasing numbers as of 2019 and 2020. I fucking love this message. Thank you, Waffle. Thank you. There is help. Okay, you can either go to the 800 number that's there on the screen, or suicidepreventionlifeline.org or .com. I can't remember if it's .org or .com. It's one of the two, but they have a website. You can actually Google Suicide Prevention Lifeline and get their website. On their website, they have information. Okay, they have help. They have an online chat that you can chat to somebody online. Okay, and get resources so that if you need someone to talk to via the phone number or the online chat, or if you're not suicidal and you have a friend that's suicidal, there are people to talk to. You can get information to help your friend that is suicidal. So there's help there. Well, buddy, you know what I've been through. So hearing this when I go back through the VODs, I love it. Hey, it's what it's all about. It's all about love, everybody. And I'm a big positive person about love. But get the help. It's out there. Okay. If it's an issue, and thank you for the follow, Squeaks. If it's about money or living situations or stuff like that, I don't want to say they're going to just give you money. Okay. But there's resources through them that they have been known to help people monetarily. They've been known to help people find jobs. They've been known to help people with whatever needs, because the help is there. It's out there, ladies and gentlemen. There is no excuse. Suicide is not an answer for anything. Get the help. It is there for whatever you need. Okay? If you don't want to go to them, okay, and I say this all the time, Hellfire, I keep wanting to point to Hellfire, and he's not there. Let me go to my retro shot. Oh, no, it's not there, so I have to do my wide shot. But the help is there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm there 24/7. If I'm asleep, don't worry about waking me up. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is something I want to be woken up for. I'm usually always up late. Tabitha, Sabbatha, Blast Bit, Waffle, they can tell you. I'm usually up late nights, okay? I don't go to bed till late, usually about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, my time. Sometimes later than that. It just depends on what I got to do the next day. If I have nothing to do, I'm staying up. If I have to be up early in the morning, I will go to bed. But never hesitate to ask me. This is something that I want to be woken up for. Hellfire is the same way. Reach out to me. I don't mind talking. I love to talk. Okay? Because I love to talk, I will yak away. Talk to me. I listen just as good as I talk. And I love to listen. Okay? I love being like a psychiatrist in a sense. I can't fix my own psychiatry problems, but I can help other people. And yes, I do have some mental issues. Not mental as in crazy mental. I'm having emotional issues. I'm coming up with some anxiety issues where I flip in anger or I'll flip in depression. My emotions flip in matters of seconds from the slightest, smallest thing. So I have anxiety issues that are really, really bad. I used to be able to control them, and I'm getting to where I can't control them, and I don't want to go out of my house anymore. Okay, I'm trying to take care of those things. That's something I haven't been trying to tell people. I've been going to the doctor and stuff because I'm having issues. Because of my being jumped, my herniated discs are causing something. I don't know what. But rather than resolve to this, I'm getting help. Okay, and you all should get help. Talk to me, please. Okay, Fluffy Life is there. Sweet Biscuits is there. There's people in Stream Demons. Okay, I don't know if I put the Stream Demons in here, but if I put the Stream Demons in there, please join the Stream Demons. We're here for you. I would throw the invite in there. I have to look to see if I've got the invite later, but we're all here for you. We're a team. Stream Demons was designed to be a team-oriented thing. It's not about me. It's not about Hellfire. It's not about I. It's about us. It's about we. I want to help you guys become affiliates and partners just as much as I want to become a partner, okay? And as me becoming a partner, I can help others grow. We're a team. Okay, with suicide prevention, it's all about working together and being a family. Okay, I don't know you, but I love you. Okay, I haven't met you, but I love you. Okay, I love everybody. Tabitha and Blastbit have been growing on me. I look at them as almost like a super close family friend. You know, I love them to death. Waffle's starting to grow on me. You know, a lot of the members of Stream Demons are growing on me. They're earning places in my heart. And if something were to happen to them, I don't know how I would feel about that. Suicide is not the answer. Seek the help. It's there. Either myself, the phone number, or Stream Demons. Reach out and touch someone. That said, it is now time to go ahead and pass this off with a raid. Please stay. Hashtag raid. Hashtag critical hit. The reason why we do the hashtags is because as everybody knows, Twitch has gone stupid and not notifying for anybody of small raids. Right now we have 5 people for a raid, so he won't get notified. So hashtag raid, hashtag critical hit. I love each and every one of you. Let's show some stream love. Let me go ahead and do a shout out to Hellfire, ladies and gentlemen. Not a shout out, but a raid. He's going to actually do the gameplay, but I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Those of you follow, those of you subscribe. You make what me and Hellfire do with this show worth it. You make my personal stream worth it. It's all about entertainment. I didn't go to film school for no reason. I've always dreamed about doing TV and movie. This is the closest that I can get. That said, I love each and every one of you. Don't forget to check me out on Friday for Fallout Fridays, and eventually I'll have my tabletop streams going, and this Saturday I'm hoping to have retro recaps going as well. I'll notify y'all of that. Love each and every one of you. Let's do this thing.